Yo guys, Tom here. What's up? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, thanks for checking it out. If you like what you see, please consider subscribing. Today's video, just going to give you a quick update on a couple projects I got going on and tell you about some videos I have planned for the near future. So, UDR, I've been working on some suspension tuning on this truck. I have the LX shocks, bypass shocks on the back. I really want to get out and try to dial these things in, but I've been having a couple issues. I recently just took care of, so I swapped out my lower aluminum arms to these RPM plastic arms and went back to the stock upper links, really just in an effort to free up the rear suspension. I want to get rid of any kind of binding in that suspension to really get the freest movement I can so that I can really fine tune these shocks. I also just changed out the rear fluid, the fluid in the rear shock here with the front sprung damper. I have the Traxxas variable kit in. If you're interested in checking that out, look at my previous video. I did an install on that. But yeah, I dropped the oil down to 25 weight on those. And then the front, the ones with the variable kit, I'm gonna do 20 weight. Because it really added more damping. Just doing that little shim from the variable kit added more damping than I thought it would. And it was a little too harsh last time. So I'm gonna try that. What else? I'm going to show you guys real quick what I got going on in here. Let me get you up close. I'm going to be installing this fan above the motor in my UDR just to help it run a little cooler. It was running a little bit hot when I was running this thing on 6S in the sand pit. So what I did is drill the hole in the chassis here. So just got a couple little mounting screws. You see, I actually drilled these two in the wrong position first. So and I'll show you what to be careful here real quick. There's a little ridge. This little raised section, like a little stiffener rib that's plastic in the chassis, and I was a little too close to that, so I wouldn't be able to get a nut on there, so I had to come back a millimeter or two and just do that. So anyway, so I used a hole saw here that I got, and it's an 1.1 inch, so it's a little too small for this size fan. So I had to just open it up with a Dremel with a grinding tip. And then this is just gonna sit on here. Got these longer screws. I'll put a nut on the bottom, put 4 screws in. And yeah, I'm gonna power this directly off of my receiver. I got a little extension lead already coming out of my receiver, so I'll plug that in. And yeah, should be good to go. This should get some nice cooling effect on the motor and hopefully no more overheating. So I'll give you an update on how this works out the next time I run it. But pretty simple project once you get access to everything. Okay, so aside from my UDR project, I recently picked up this bad boy here, the Losi Super Rock Ray. Picked this up from my buddy Mike. It's in good shape, it's used. It's, you know, it's a little dirty, could use a good cleanup, could use a little bit of a going over. I got to, a little bit of play in the back here. I got to swap out these upper link rod ends. They're a little bit stretched out, but overall, I only ripped this thing once in front of my house yesterday, and holy crap, it's a beast on 8S. So I can't wait to get some more videos on this. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely subscribe, hit the notification bell, and check back for videos on this. I also recently picked up a Typhon 6S just to run at the track that I've been going to. I got a nice little J Concepts Warrior body. I painted up nice and bright here so I can tell the difference from my Typhon and the other 6 or 8 Typhons that are on the track at any given moment. But not really a huge project on this car. I mean, there's a ton of video on this car already, so I don't know what I'll be doing to it. I just threw on a Nitro Hobbies branded dual fan kit. I might be doing some different wheels to trugify it just to go out and bash with it occasionally. So that should be cool, but not sure what else I'll be doing with this, but you might see some videos on this in the future. All right, so this will be probably my next bigger video series, Traxxas Max. What I'm gonna be doing, I hate the rear suspension on this thing. It just slaps its ass on the ground, like off of any little bump or jump, driving off a curb, it'll smack the ass on the ground and then flip forward. Huge pain in the ass. So what I'm gonna be trying to do is extend the travel on the suspension a little bit. And what I picked up was some Sledge shock bodies, because they're longer, some Sledge shock rods, because they're longer. These you have to use together. You can't really do one or the other. They have to match. You're gonna have like binding issues inside where it tops out, the piston tops out against the cap and stuff. And then also some sledge springs. So I'm gonna be doing all 4 corners of these with sledge shocks, which are longer. So yeah, it's gonna sit up a little higher. Hopefully with some tuning, I can kind of get the ride height just right, so it's the good balance between shock travel and, you know, handling center of gravity wise. So definitely check back if you're interested in this. I think it's gonna be a cool project, and I think it's gonna make a big difference on this truck. So yeah, check that out in a little bit. Probably going to be doing that over the next couple days. So that's about it for now, guys. I do tend to jump around from project to project. I got a couple things going on, so I don't know if you guys are like me, but you know, it's just the nature of the hobby, right? Kind of get super obsessed with something, work on it, you know, day and night for a couple days or a week or so. And then you get burnt out a little bit, move on to something else. So I'll be jumping around back and forth between some projects. But if you guys are interested in any of this stuff, definitely consider subscribing. If you're subscribed already, thanks a lot. It means a lot. If you got any questions, comments, or you want to see videos on anything specifically, hit me up in the comments below. And yeah, I'll try to get back to you guys. So thanks for checking it out, guys. And I'll see you in the next video. Later.